What's up, y'all? It's me, Tasha C. And in this particular video, y'all, I will be recapping Black Ink Crew. What is the season 3, episode 15, right? Shout out to my YouTube fam. And if y'all haven't watched the Love and Hip Hop Hollywood yet, or don't plan on or whatever. Also, like I said, shout out to all my YouTube fam and fellow YouTubers. And I hope y'all, I heard y'all had a blast all at the Blackout. But anyway, y'all, shout out to my YouTube fam. I'm part of my YouTube fam. Go ahead and click the description below. This is right down there. Yes, it is. And on top of that, like and share this video if you can. And but let's get into it, y'all. Now, if y'all like to see new, I'll go by character scene. But by the way, before I get into, don't y'all want to give Sky a hug, like towards the end of the episode? That was just so sad to hear about what had happened to her, that she vented about towards later on. But I honestly want to get started with this Donna bullshit, and this is why. Then we go Dutchess, and kind of like Sky kind of was mostly, well, no, we're gonna go first, we're gonna go to Donna, then we go to Puma, and then, you know, Dutchess, and then the Sky situation. Now, first of all, Donna in the middle episode makes an appearance because she wants to get her job back after all this fuck shit, and probably she ain't even staying with the dude no more. I don't know, based on the previous season, but Donna seems like she needed to be on the bus too for different reasons. She did need some schooling, because after all this bullshit, whether you fucking this dude or not, but you know, 9 times out of 10, hoes, even now sometimes male, they don't want to always brag about, or admit to everybody they screwed. Not to say that she did screw everybody, because according to her, she only screwed old shit, or was with him in a sexual matter. But like I said, we don't know there, and we do know if we're going to go back and rewind and go back memory lane, because last time I checked, I remember, ain't Dutchess the one who asked Teddy and was putting the rumor out there to say like Teddy and Sassy were fucking, and that's when Sassy first kind of, pushed away from the shop the first time and actually quit her job there because of finding out this bullshit. I don't know who had sent the text out of the shop to tell about this darn rumor, and then ain't Dutchess the one that lied and said, no, I didn't say that? Okay, so I'm just saying is, now, Donna could be, don't want to admit that she fucked everybody because she don't want to be labeled as a hoe, but it was still inappropriate for the shit that Dutchess had did, because it had nothing to do with what was at hand. And the fact is, her man, fiance, whatever we call the title, has sat there and disrespect and call her a bitch, and she still stands by it. And when people look at this show, the fact that it's on season 3 and it's still kind of a lot of people, nobody gets sick and tired of shit, there's a reason why, because you got Dirty Dutchess and shit, and Weeze the Seas, or whatever the fuck his name is this week. I'm just like this. People are starting to get sick and tired of the show, and I'm like, if they make it a season 4, whatever, I don't know, because it's getting to the point where who you got left that that people can stand. We can say what, of course, Sky, Sass, Teddy love the bitches, that's one good one. But I mean, just saying is, the main people we're looking at the shop, even though Puma's a different situation, it's like the people, we used to love the show. Okay, most of us did. I ain't gonna say we, like I said, I ain't gonna generalize everybody, but I'm just saying, here's the bullshit. So Donna is sitting here, I think she really wants to associate with Black Ink because it's on TV. Do I really think her ass will try so hard to stay there with the fuckery and stuff like that? It makes me think, like, did you fuck so you can sit here and possibly get your own station or some shit in your own room? If you fucking, I mean, she claims she loved old shit, and when, there was possible snorting here and there. But at the same time, I kind of think, like, if she did fuck them other dudes, and she fucked the other dudes, because, like I said, she didn't get it. Like, if somebody smack you in the face and stuff like that, bitch, that does not mean a term of endearment or hug. I mean, I'm just saying that. I don't mean to call her a bitch, but I'm just saying, girl, she sat there and when her first she felt that kind of way, but she just was uncomfortable. Then she made it like, the last time we met, all this stuff had went down. And here, make a long story short, here's Dutchess trying to explain her terms. It's like, well, I been called a bitch or something. I could have sworn when I whined, she said it a couple times. She said it. I mean, I whined a couple times. And she said it where, well, I've been called a bitch and you've been called a bitch, whatever, probably a bunch of niggas. In other words, it's saying, like, you fuck so many dudes that you've been called a bitch several times because that's how many dudes you fucked. That's what she was saying. Donna's like, no, because Donna's saying in confessionals, but not to her, that you're lying on me and you're slandering my situation. So we're just going to leave it at be. We're going to leave it up in the air open, okay? But at the same time, she wants to be thinking like that Dutchess has the power. And you know how Dutchess feels she has the power to bring her back to the shop. And I'm thinking like, what? Because she feels like she moved down there. Well, take your ass back to Cleveland, Ohio. You have a better chance you go to the other shop or even the spinoff, which we don't see previously. Now, I could have asked and went back there. Go there so you just start somewhere else and shit. After all that bum fuckery that was put on display last week, you really still would have sit there and they sat here sabotaging and slandering your name and star shit between you and your man. I don't know if they still together now, but at the same time, you sitting here trying to beg to be disrespected. And, you know, Dutchess, because Dutchess was saying like this, basically, you're stupid. That's exactly what she told the girl. Donna ain't sitting there. But, you know, the fact is, you went there to go visit, apologize, and beg. Now, I can see that you knew that you found out that Dutchess said this shit. Not to say it was right, but I'm just making a suggestion. How I went to her is probably my hair in the same way it is right now. I probably would wear contacts or proceeded to do this. Okay, Dutchess. We're about to have a talk here. And it wouldn't be in a restaurant. I like it to be areas where it's open space, but it's not anything could be possibly be breaking and destroyed unless we found use weapons. But I'm just saying is that once you found out this shit, when you meant to meet her, I'm just saying it should have been on different circumstances. And I'm just saying, I'm surprised, like, you should have been, you know, because once they did all that bullshit, it wouldn't matter whether, you know, you apologize or not. And it made it seem like you were begging, Donna. You were sat there, the victim. You were one that was actually disrespected and call out of names on some high school. No. High school is too high level grade to call this fuck shit. Some badass second grade or third grade shit. The kids that started to learn how to curse and shit in class. That's what the fuck that unfortunately have went and escalated to. And then you got the nerves to basically lower yourself even more by trying to beg and say, like, Dutchess has the power to let her shop. If you want me to shop, you can let me in the shop or something like that. And I'm just like, Donna, you are begging. What the fuck is wrong with you? Okay? Never mind. I answer my own question. And then that makes it perceived on TV that people can actually disrespect you and it's okay. Okay? And you ain't got, I don't know how old Donna is, but she seems to be somewhere else. And it's planet, it's not, no, it's planet Mars or some fucking where, because where she was talking like then, she's going to come back to not only come back, even though she's not welcome, and even though she came to apologize one last episode, they basically like, get the fuck on and stuff like that. So that kind of means right then and there, get your shit and get out. And she's still trying to make it work in an area where she's not welcome to, and even stayed at, kind of after all this bullshit went down, okay? And still in the end, oh shit went about his business, try to work out with his ex-fiance, and left you hanging, okay? And then he put her out also too. But anyways, y'all, she basically is begging. I just was so pissed off this scene. She basically begging the job, but then she up here in the confessionals telling us and shit like that she gonna steal Dutchess customers. Now the real reality is that Dutchess is intimidated by, you know, she does want to be only a female tattoo artist in this shop. Remember when we're going to take another trip back down memory lane, y'all. Remember when this girl came in with this curly hair and she had this ill-ass portfolio. Personally, it looked like it was some ill-ass tattoos in there. And she called her out, whatever, and then when remember they were looking for tattoo artists, she like, nah, even she's trying to get her own shop. But ain't you trying to expand and get your own shop too? Is that part of the game? You know, it's people sometimes do move on their job and even branch out, get their own shit in certain endeavors. So it's not like, you know, I don't know. It's just that I felt like that's the thing. But Donna, in her case, she don't have a chance to spar without stealing anybody's customers and stuff like that. Because it's like, girl, I could see you saying that if you weren't, number one, already fired. And number two, if you had some ill drawing skills, that you can go over to your competition and go to there. I was just like, really? 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 What the fuck is going on? But anyways, back past that foolery, okay? Now, I said, let's do the Puma and Kwame thing. Now, Puma, we could just see here that he has just been sad. He thought, you know, Ink 124 was going to work out, and it didn't. So Kwame, which is interesting, she asked when they playing with their beautiful daughter in the park, playground, whatever. And she's asking him basically like what is going on or what has happened. And everything was just all good and what has happened. I feel like it was your goddamn mouth. Shit, that's what the fuck happened. You sit here and talking about people was up here, you know, scaring you and, you know, your family's at risk. And not to say to sell, it's just the way it got settled went out of control. And your way is handled is basically we gonna stump. Now, like I said, I ain't feeling dirty Dutchess and sees no more, you know. But at the same time, it was still wrong for them to be jumped in the way that shit was displayed. The shit got out of hand. And I'm just sitting here and she's like wondering what the problem is. And your mouth. And then you telling this and this and this and this and talking about people damn near I was surprised to say somebody threw a rock at their goddamn window and all this other shit. Or they kept coming to the house and threatening them and they don't come. You know, there's all this fuckery. And you know, Puma let her know that the Inc. 2024 is closing down. And he's being offered, you know, basically deal to buy out Med out. And Puma still thinks that Med is basically extorting him out of money and basically like that problem is not correlating with the fight or anything like this. And, you know, Kwani of course also wants to bring up, well, you know, I always wanted to move and you're not doing this here. I'm going to leave whether you're here or not, whatever. Basically this threat like I'm going to move and you better move with me and whatever or I'm going to get the fuck on type of thing. But when I thought about Puma was saying had nothing to do with the fight, and I'm like, bro, I know this is probably filmed before it came out, but some things, and it didn't have to do with color. I know I'm probably jumping the gun here. That some people, and we gonna take y'all can fill in the blanks, who have recently lost their endorsements or jobs, because of something they did or something they said. So people can get sick and tired. They were losing probably business. Med probably seems, you know, it's about his money. And you know, some people. I mean, I'm not talking about Med, but I'm just saying there are people. Hook. Who else we want to talk about? Jared, who is the 19,000 kids and count? Well, I'm just saying, listing about just people, and those are totally different situations, right? But what I'm saying is that in terms, is that when people feel like, there's some people when you go in the world that they, you know, you don't want to mess with their pocketbooks, or their wallets. They will go to the street to make sure they're straightening out. Even if it means get rid of a couple people out this shit. And they don't care how much they're, loved by the community or people like of them or how much, this and that. If it thinks, once your brand, unfortunately, is ruined sometimes, there are a couple chances you can get it back. And sometimes, unfortunately, you never get the same way. So with him thinking like extortion, trying to say like the fight had nothing to do with it. And, Matt even explained people putting a hashtag that has something to do with the Inc. 24 thing, so people are affiliated thinking and stuff like that. Now it'd be different if this stuff happened as far as them losing employees and clientele before this, you could say like it's because of the area of the shop, but this was after terms of the fight, and that fight was a jump session. It just was all over the place and all this bullshit. But Puma, like I said, he still is just wherever, unfortunately. So he just caught in a rock in a hard place, whatever, trying to get himself together and wondering what he's going to do. So, anyways, let's talk about the Dutchess and C's, the Dirty Dutchess and C's real quick, right? Now, Matt wants to meet with C's in one of the scenes. I know I'm jumping a little bit over the place. And he offers and basically tell him that Matt and C's were the ones who basically took Puma in as a 15-year-old. I don't know how much older. I mean, I know Mad said we took him in at 15. I don't know how much older C's is to Puma. But he's basically like, I've been disrespected. I feel disrespected by him. He ain't getting it right, whatever. I'm about to close. It's Inc. 24 is closed. But if you want to, you can buy that sucker. I feel like you kind of respect the business a little bit more than Puma is. And you got a chance, make it work. And I think also he probably looked at the situation, the magazine situation, because he was like, y'all personal, it should stay personal, that's it, that's between y'all, whatever. But business is business. And we all know C's, which the whole thing, we just going on, that's what came to be about in terms of like, he noticed, probably paid attention, like he was willing to do the magazine, even though him and Puma, and I think it was around that time when he said, fuck your couch, and threw the damn chicken bone on the damn floor, and he body slammed, he still was willing to work with him. And y'all noticed also too, when Puma had left out of there, I probably said that the first part of the season about when Puma was talking about they should rob I don't even know if I even reviewed that episode, but you know what I'm saying? Like, they should rob their shop. Somebody come rob they, they shop, whatever and stuff. And Sassy was trying to get her harm's way to stop the bullshit, because I think she was there too. Like, come on, get the fuck on with that bullshit. So that's that. And we have another scene where Dutchess does a tattoo on, I think, a pastor. And he had a tattoo around the same time his daughter did. And she said when her dad got tattooed, she got tattooed too. And she's explaining about, wanting to move or something like that, move together. And I guess, the pastor was just giving her advice also too, like, making decisions together or something like that. But I know his tattoo was like the indefinite possibilities or something like that. So Dutchess also is in confessionals basically like this. I gotta look out for Dutchess, and I'm thinking like, okay, y'all about to get married and y'all become as one. So y'all still separate person, but y'all supposed to be on the same page and shit. Even if y'all weren't about to get supposed to marry, shouldn't y'all be on the same page? Because she just basically like this. I'm about to move to North Carolina, whatever, whether he likes or not, whatever, whatever, right? And that's her mind frame. And then we see later on when they're talking, when C's, because like I said, I ain't about to go all the details. C's again, later on lets everybody in shop know about him being offered a deal with Med, right? So he all pop like, and everybody just like this, because it's a one, because C's feels like this, like he wanted a war. Even him just able to get offered the same shop that Puma lost, like, he's not a boss and everything like that. But like, C's, you need to be careful too, bro, on the fact is of you, the way how you talk to women, and it's justified. Justice thinks it's okay. If you act like a bitch, be like this, blah, blah, blah. People are trying to sue y'all for certain stuff or whatever, and the shop was remodeled, right? No offense, but I'm just saying, but what I'm saying is that people over time look at you, in a certain way. And when, it's not, if you're an asshole, you're an asshole. But C's was kind of, I'm just saying, he was kind of cool the first season, personally, to me. And all of a sudden, just seemed like it to be on some other shit lately. And it's kind of like I said, like, okay, you might have won a war, but heck, nobody got fuck with. If people know where the hell you at and they got a problem with you, they won't fuck with that shop neither. I'm just saying. Because he talking about getting a spa treatment, a Starbucks part in the back, and whatever else he talking about, right? And everybody just like this, just laughing like, oh, Puma was doing all this bullshit and talking. And I forgot who had brought up about, was Teddy or was it Walk who brought up about, Sassy, like how is Sassy and all, in this and how this comes to be about. And, again, it's this whole team thing. And I think C actually didn't say nothing because, like I said, he's supposed to be cool with Sassy, right? And they already hugged it out, whatever, called a truce. And we got Dutchess like this, like, well, she didn't help me when I got jumped and blah, blah, blah. I didn't know where Sassy was, because based on the video, I don't know where Sassy and her girlfriend Dee was, whatever, right? And she's like, you didn't help me. But, here's Sky, being the voice of reason, and we notice as always. She like, well, Sassy ain't got nothing to do with that, nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? She was not trying to hurt you. But, Dutchess is like, dirty Dutchess is like, well, she ain't my friend, blah, blah, blah. And, just this way and whatever, the whole way with her and blah, blah, blah. And here's Sky in the confessionals. And we all know she basically like this, okay, and cool with me. And I think even Watt was starting to say that. And then Sky got up right in front, not giving a damn. She had one of them, the panties going up her ass situation, just pulling the panties out right in front of everybody, not giving a Anyway, she basically like confession like this. She's like, this is where I work at. You ain't about to sit here and tell me who the fuck I'm supposed to be hanging out with and stuff like that. And she like, and that you don't tell me who to be friends with. But you know how Cecil at certain points like, it's black them, it's black ink, and even Dutch, it's black ink, or whatever. And, it's just like, okay, whatever. But we go and we see C's and Dutchess talking because when Dutchess was told about this offer from C's about him getting the shop right, you should see her face. Everybody else was like this, do the kid and play and all this shit. And she the only one like, there's crack, them hookahs, because Sky talking about we should have some hookahs in there. She like, you be careful because, be cracking in that area and stuff like that. And I don't want to do that and blah, blah, blah. But here you think that C's is supposed to give up everything for you. And, he's supposed to leave New York for you. And that's where he started his shopping, got his popularity that's in his New York, right? And they go to the restaurant and they talk about the issue, like she wants to move. He wants to work and, really basically stay and work in New York and do his business empire there, wherever, right? And she, of course, wants to move back to North Carolina and do her business there. She let him know like this here. Either I'm going to move to New York, or I'm going to have to wait. Move to North Carolina, or I'm going to have to wait for you and stuff. Because she feels some type of way about him buying that shop in the neighborhood. All this other shit. And it's just like, let's be for real. Now, what if you want to buy a shop and he don't like the area because he say, it's too country. How you going to make some money, blah, 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 here and blah, blah, blah. And because she was saying, I think, I could have sworn confessionals, like, he ain't going to buy that shop or something like that. Like, oh, really? Y'all making wife and marriage decision shit? You ain't even goddamn common law wife shit. They don't even do that in New York. But I'm just saying, it's that damn mouth and stuff like that, whatever, right? But I don't know if C's gonna fall for the bait or not. But like I said, you got one person over here and one person over there. It's a difference of compromising than somebody just and I know this is the same with Puma and Kwame too. Kwame expecting to move to ATL. And Puma, it seemed like that she's trying to have, I don't know where Kwame is from, but she's trying to have him move and stop what the fuck he was doing to go and move off with her. And we see the same thing here. Them girls may be a beat, but they have the same common thing, they on one side over here, and their men's is over here, and some fuckery had to do with both of them to a certain point. So anyways, with that. Now, we have Sky. Sky wants to get a Brazilian butt, but whatever. She's explaining, talking to them another day, but I forgot there was one session. They had the barbecue. And the same time that she was actually pulling the panties out of her, behind and stuff like that. She's up there barbecuing, grill or whatever. And y'all knows how, C's always come out there to be paid. There's nothing wrong with this, but I noticed that Teddy was eating one of the burgers and 2 pieces of wheat bread and not a bun. I'm just saying, y'all balling like that. But anyways, Teddy was all common when they just decided, she's being cordial, even though Teddy is an ass. Because even in the early episode, she up there talking about and shit like, there's something about liking the photos. If you one of my hoes like the photos, he said he about had 800 likes or some shit. And she realized, even later on when they're talking about the barbecue and stuff like that, she realized that, she's been in different type of relationships and stuff like that. And she realized Teddy is afraid, or she feels that Teddy's afraid of being hurt. No, Teddy just don't want to settle down nowhere there. He, as Bonnie Blue says, and Teddy loved the bitches and the bitches love Teddy. And he still has that mentality. And then he basically talking to her like, you wanted one thing and blah, blah, blah. I know you wanted love or something like that. Or you wanted one thing and I wanted another. You should have known that. But it's like you did sit here. You pining stuff in. You going to see you there for when she got out of jail. You sitting here with, with the red bow tie, with the hat on. And about to have the poor Sky choke on shrimp and shit. Whatever, jumbo scrimps, trying to be romantic and everything. It made her feel like y'all was something serious. With an open door policy, y'all can fuck bitches at the same time, but you fucked that up or whatever because you had to fuck one of her enemies and shit, and you were fucking her at the same time with that. And so she just realized, like, Sky knew like what she was getting into, but she hoped. But then also too, I couldn't blame her for being misled because Teddy gave the impression like he really wanted to try to work it out with Sky, but really was one of them things is because since I can't have you and I don't have you since you were somebody else, I want you. It's one of those things, I want you because I don't have you type of situations. You know what I mean? It would have been even different maybe because he, like I said, he didn't try to pursue her until after she got in that relationship with that other dude that took over her damn apartment and, stole her shit, some bank accounts and everything. That's when all of a sudden he like to have feelings for her, but they just became cordial. And she, Sky's like, I move on away from that hoe. And she was like, I met Teddy, and then she just said, thank God she ain't got chlamydia. That's all she she ain't got nothing. And they just realized they just gonna stay out as friends and realized it just wasn't working. The relationship was a situation that we realized it just went sour. So hopefully they just stayed cordial. And like I said, when she's talking about her butt lift around that same, the next day, I know I'm jumping back and forth, but I want to make sure I get into it. or something. The next scene with her, and she's talking about procedure, and then it's around the same time where Duchess and them supposed to get married, and Dirty Duchess wants her to help plan the wedding. The wedding is not too far away, but she's expecting Sky to help her. She feels like, okay, and of course we all know it's Duchess doing confessionals, like here she putting this butt lift with a surgery before the wedding or something like that, worry about that at the same time and stuff or whatever. And again, memory lane. I remember exactly when Duchess got her new titties. Sky was with her. We even knew what Duchess' government name was for a second, right? Don't start with a C or a K or something like that. Krista, I forgot what her name was. But I could have sworn Sky was there too when she was recovering for that. And my whole thing is the wedding's that damn soon or whatever she was talking about. Because the wedding was talking about was like in a couple months or whatever, or it's not too fucking far away or whatever, right? So she, you know how Duchess said, well, she feel that type of way. I want my friend to be 100% there, blah, blah, blah. But like I said, I could have sworn she's saying this really confessionals, not the Sky face. Point taken. So we got another scene. This was one of the most saddest scenes that I've seen in a long time. When Sky gets, you know, of course, a consultation for the Brazilian butt lift, the nurse, I think, comes in and asks her, you know, and could see something was looking at, you know, her body. Sassy was there, but then I think around that time, that's when they told her, I think when the plastic surgeon post come in, was going to, you know, talk to her and stuff, right? And she, like, you know, the nurse asked Sky, do you have any kids? Did you have any children? I guess she could tell by her body type that she could tell that she had babies. And Sky paused for a minute, and then she went back. She was just like, no. And then when the doctor came in, the nurse left, and it was just her and the doctor, and of course the cameras. And she admitted, like, a lot of times when I'm asked, you know, if, you know, I guess she see a doctor, whatever, if she has children, she has to lie to people and say she does have children. It turns out that Sky is a mother to two little boys, and she had them at around her first child around the age of 14. And, you know, she tried doing her best taking care of her children, but she ended up going to jail. So she knew this beautiful family who did not have any children, that they didn't separate, you know, her two sons. But based on what I gather is, you know, they went to all these country stuff. So unfortunately, I guess it's one of those things is that if those kids, you know, if they remember it, I mean, like, you know, it's like I said, now she didn't sit here and come in Sky's face and sit there and say that shit to her. You notice that, I mean, that too. But Sky admitted really to the confessionals, that the reason why she felt that way was because she was thinking about her kids. And, you know, when she thought about getting that consultation answer, she, like I said, she vented and confessed it that she had two children and had to give them up for adoption. And so she still feels one. She's just like, oh, and, you know, that's when you notice Duchess came outside afterwards to come, because she just like, she ain't genuine, blah, blah. She had something to say. She could have said to me, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just, blah. And she even said, you know, even Sky was like, get the cameras out. This ain't no show. This is real life. Yeah, Sky, we believe you. We believe you. Okay, you ain't beat the fuck with, okay? And so Duchess said, I ain't got no problem with you, my nigga. You my bro. I mean, I love you, sis. You my bro, nigga. You my nigga for life. I love you. This, that, you know, red, you know, white flag. White flag. Just white. I mean, she was just like, and you know, here's Sky, the confessional site. You know, I accept an apology, you know, because I got to work with this bitch. But other than that, oh, God. Oh, Sky. Oh, God. And that's pretty much how they walked up to post it cool. But Sky basically's like, you know, I gotta watch her, but I see what she capable of. I will be watching the corner, and we will be watching too. But yeah, anyway, y'all, that is my review for Black Ink Crew. And y'all have a pleasant night and weekend. I definitely see y'all the next one. But I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Well, y'all would probably wishing that Sky would, you know, there was some security there and she would have got a chance to get it, because, you know, like I said, C's supposedly took Sky outside, remember, you know, because to keep him from doing anything. But you notice he didn't call her a bitch or nothing like he did Donna or nothing like that. You notice it, you know, it wasn't nothing like that. He kind of was just like, okay, let's compromise, let's be peacemaker and stuff like that. Okay, but yeah, all right, but we'll see you the next one, y'all, and it continues.